Well, actually, no. Let's keep talking about Batman. We got something that reveals. So, if we don't end up getting the merger and we end up getting a new Batman, one of the main fan castings has been Alan Ritchson, which look, not opposed. I love him as just a big hunted man. But also as Jack Reacher. That show is awesome. It's a very cool show. Highly recommend it. And I totally get how this man gives off Batman energy. He has a very calculated way of speaking. He pulls off the fight scenes really well. He's gigantic and muscular. It's like you could totally buy him as a Batman. I definitely see it. I'm not against that. I just think there's more to Batman than having gigantic muscular man titties that I desperately want for myself, not his, for myself. I feel like his version of Batman would unfortunately be a little too close to his Jack Reacher, and I would want someone with more range, like a Robert Pattinson, where everyone was denying that he would be any good, and like Heath Ledger, he proved them wrong because his acting ability spoke over his gigantic pec muscles. And so, but even if he did, it's not like I would have been pissed. But although Alan Ritchson now came out today and admitted, yes, he has talked to James Gunn. He has had a sit down with him, and it looks like he ain't gonna be Batman, but he might be somebody in the DCU. He said here, Alan Ritchson says he talked with James Gunn about playing Batman, but doesn't think it will happen. I strongly don't think that Batman is in my future. I do think there is something in my future with DC. Funny enough, Alan Ritchson has already played two different characters in the DC universe. Is Aquaman in Smallville. I don't know the name of the other character. He was in Teen Titans, but he was a Hawk 2. Alan Ritchson, Hawk 2. Was it Titans? What was his character in Titans? I don't even know. He was like a Birdman. Although, sorry if you have bird blindness, you might not be able to see him. I don't know what was his character name. His name literally was Hawkman. Was he actually Hawkman? I do not picture that's what a Hawkman looks like. Either way, it's kind of crazy now. He has the opportunity to play now three characters in the DC universe. So you could honestly take your picks. I don't know. Like, I actually saw a lot of people start fan casting him as Booster Gold. And you know what? As much as I like the Kumail Nanjiani rumors, he would be a great Booster Gold. That's where I do want to give him props for his acting ability. Because he was in a little show called was it Blue Mountain State, which I didn't watch a lot, but I watched some episodes, and boy was this guy hilarious. He was something else. There was a Pocket Ussy episode. Dude was hilarious. Funny. And I feel like you could translate this Blue Mountain State energy into a pretty good Booster Gold that would actually work. And it would even be funnier because of how insanely ripped and strong he looks. Because Booster Gold is supposed to be kind of like this joke of a superhero from the future, uses all this tech, and has this ego, wants to do it for the celebrityism. I feel like he would honestly pull that off so good. I saw people say Wildcat. I wouldn't mind that. My only problem is Wildcat is usually older, so it'd have to be kind of like a prequel Wildcat, a starting up Wildcat. Like Sylvester Stallone would be a crazy Wildcat, but even he's starting to range on too old. But yeah, Wildcat would not be a bad choice for him also. So it looks like something could happen. I'd actually wouldn't mind if he ends up being DCU Aquaman. I know he was already Smallville Aquaman, and James Gunn did say he's a fan of Smallville. It'd be funny if he's like, yeah, let's just make you the actual Aquaman now. I feel like it could work. But not Batman. Not Batman. And there's been a lot of Batman fan casting and discourse lately. Don't even get me started on what's his name? Brandon Sklenar. Oh, I feel so bad for this guy. The internet is like dead set that Brandon Sklenar is going to be DCU Batman for a couple of reasons. One, he's just like popped out of nowhere, and so many people are rooting for him. It feels almost like fake generated hype. But also because James Gunn admitted in an interview that he was watching a show starring Brandon Sklenar, meaning he might be doing some research or scouting for Batman. And that's why he was watching the show instead of, maybe just watching it for his own leisure fun time. Because the reason he ended up picking David Cornsweat Superman is because he saw Pearl. He watched David Cornsweat get killed by Pearl. Why are you lying to me? Why are you lying to me if I say nothing wrong? That's my best Pearl impression. So maybe, and again, this is where it's not that I am against the idea. It's another Alan Ritchson where if he ends up being it, okay, fine. Yeah, he's got the muscles, he's got the look. This one actually seems to me slightly boring of a choice because it feels so cookie cutter. It feels so like too on the nose that I don't think it'd be an interesting new take. I mean, we've had now what 9 different live action Batman. You gotta do something to spice it up or keep it interesting. I think if we go all the way back to just like a standard safe choice, well, that's not what I want DCU Batman to be. I want him to be fantastical. I'd want him to pull off some of this supernatural crazy stuff they have in store. But we'll see if he ends up being it. I still think we're a long ways away, and I do not think we'll get a Batman cameo in like a Clayface movie. Although a lot of people think that'll happen. Even some people, and we'll talk about it in a sec, so we're about to move on to Peacemaker, because there's also a lot of hype around who's this mysterious cameo. I don't think Batman is the mysterious cameo. Although Peacemaker has been treating Gotham and Batman like the ultimate buzzword in their show, and I don't blame him, because as a comic book fan, every time they say Gotham, I'm like, huh? What? I know that place. What about Gotham? Arkham Asylum? What? Say that again? Rewind it, honey. They said Arkham. Yes, it's a buzzword, right? It's like when you tell your dog treat or walk, and they go. James Gunn is doing that on purpose, but I don't think it'll end with a Batman cameo or a Batman reveal. That'd be such a weird way to debut DCU Batman. Season 2 of a rebooted rated R show that started with an orgy. That's where our Batman's gonna debut. The kids are gonna love it. Oh yeah, and same thing with Chris Pratt, right? They've said it all as well. James Gunn has debunked the Chris Pratt Batman, although I don't think there was very many people guessing Chris Pratt would be Batman. As they said here, James Gunn, when asked if there's a chance Chris Pratt plays Batman in DCU, no. As something else, yes. Although to me, it doesn't sound like he has a pick. Another great Booster Gold pick, but to me, also the same way I was kind of criticizing Brandon Sklenar for being a little too safe. Although this would be our first big Booster Gold live action, because I know he's shown up in like Smallville. But although this would be our first big, I do feel like Chris Pratt maybe is a little too on the nose for it. And I feel like it would kind of be Star-Lord, his Booster Gold. I don't know if it'd have that much of a difference, right? I don't know. I think I'm just yapping at this point. So you guys let me know with all this Batman talk what's going to end up happening.